small museum located in Middletown, Lake County, California. We have information regarding archaeology, geology, and history. Our displays reflect the indigenous population, early settlers, and development of South Lake County. This museum is very important due to its location. We are sitting on the largest geothermal field in the world, which produces a lot of energy and results in active hot springs that are still in use today, as well as being the entryway to the Mayacamas region, mountain region, which leads up the entire coast of California.
Middletown is in a very geologically complex region. This is because of our geothermal fields and our local volcano, Mount Canocti. This map has many colors, each one indicating a different rock type. Obsidian comes in many varieties. On the left, we have our Borax Lake variety, which is found in the eastern part of Clear Lake. The other two specimens come from around the region of Mount Canocti, our local volcano. These are crystals that were a result of a pyroclastic flow from Mount Canocti. They are not actual diamonds, but just a high-quality quartz, and can be found locally in andesite.
This portion of our museum is dedicated to the Native American cultures of this region. This area was extremely linguistically diverse. We had 3 different language types in the area. We had Wapo language, Miwok language, and Pomo language. The draw for this area was the obsidian. It was traded with coastal tribes as well as Central Valley tribes. And both Pomo, Miwok, and Wapo were heavily involved with this trade. We have some very early Native American cultures arriving in this area 14,000 to 17,000 years ago, and they were drawn here for the natural resources. That has been a common theme for Middletown area. Another natural resource that brought Native American groups to this area is the acorn. They would use these large, heavy stones, mortars and pestles, to grind up the acorns to make a mash. The mash could then be used to make bread or soup. Very significant, very important in Native American culture throughout Northern California, and especially here in the Middletown area. The obsidian that was aforementioned was often traded with coastal cultures for shells. The shells would be turned into beads that the Native Americans would wear and trade. It was a trade item. It was used like money.
Many early settlers came to California looking for gold, but very little gold was to be found in Lake County. What was found was mercury, which was an important ingredient in the gold mining process. Lake County would end up having the 2 largest quicksilver mines in the entire state of California by the late 19th century. As the gold rush slowed, the use of mercury slowed as well, until World War II and the war effort of the 1930s and 40s. Many mercury mines were reopened then, however, there are no active mercury mines today.
Our geothermal fields resulted in a lot of hot springs. These hot springs have a natural output of high temperatures and a lot of water. This drew Native Americans to these areas. As you can see, the springs are in the mountains, and the mountains produce cold springs. Native Americans would utilize the hot water and the cold water. This same aspect of hot and cold drew many visitors to Lake County, to Middletown area. The hot springs are still there today, and they are still very hot, and there's still a lot of water, and they're still in use as a spring that you can enjoy. We have many in our area.